Sara, she is just like you.
All over media, society sets a very high standard on the beauty of women. Whether it is height, perfect skin and perfect color. An ordinary woman often suffers from the syndrome of plastic dolls and baby dolls. She is constantly trying to seek approval of her friends, colleagues, bosses and so on. She is trapped in the syndrome of a beautiful woman. Are you constantly trying to seek approval of others? Then yes, you are beauty conscious. Are you constantly spending all your pocket money, salary, or savings just to look good and wear branded stuff and everything just up and up? Then yes, you are beauty conscious. वो कहते हैं ना, बाजार में हमेशा औरतों की खूबसूरती और मर्दों की ताकत और रुतबे का व्यापार होता है. Rodin, a famous sculptor, has said that beauty is found not in one woman, but every woman. The source of such beauty is, however, the inner light, the inner flame, that spark. When a woman truly polishes her character and radiates and shines, then she naturally looks very beautiful. When a woman is dedicated to her chosen field, be it as a scientist, a doctor or an entrepreneur, she looks very focused and confident. When a woman finds great joy in her daily affairs of life, in the simplest things of life, even nature, then very naturally she is able to be a source of great hope, courage and joy to those around her, and her husband, friends or colleagues very naturally find her to be a great support. A woman who is an expert in finding beauty around her, in things and circumstances, has a charismatic charm which people find it difficult to ignore, is a beautiful woman. We have with us today our guest, a lifestyle coach and expert, Maluch Bhaskar. So why do you think women are so beauty conscious?
If you see our history, if you see Adam and Eve, over there their bare basics have been covered, and that's the thing about human nature. Whatever you try to hide from them, the human nature is like an ape. They want to go and search. What is it?
Monkey. The brain is
Absolutely.
like a
See, human
monkey.
beings are actually
Jumping
greater
around.
apes than the actual apes. We do not do what we are told to do. We do what we see is happening around us by our elders. So if we go into the history, basically, you will observe that Indian cinema, for example, Indian cinema, there was a movie called Cinema, where Mr. Amitabh Bachchan was the narrator. And he described in the film that how in the 30s, 40s and even mid-50s, in Indian cinema we used to have actual kissing scenes, proper lip-to-lip locks, which with the inception of the censor board eventually became very vague. And actually when they wanted to depict the hero and heroine kissing each other, they would show two flowers touching each other or something or the other, something abstract. Well, the thing is that human mind is such, like I told you, whatever you try to hide from it, it wants to search it out. So, and the negative influences are something which we universally tend to have. The second law of Newton is that everything will come to a state of rest unless and until given continuous energy.
Right.
So it applies to literally all aspects and everything in life. If you see, you kick a ball, the ball will go on rolling to a distance. The same applies to your relationships. The same applies to your own body, your health. Why do you need to exercise daily? It wants to come to a state of rest. So it's easy to get attracted to negative things.
Manuj, why do you think that the woman of today often gets trapped into this image of, perfect body, perfect skin, perfect, everything. And, these images of baby doll have become like, the plastic images have become like, the fad of the day.
Well, this is the hazard of growing technologically. With the advent of media, the way it has increased. On the one hand, we should be very grateful to the media that we are able to reach out to people with positive things. But on the other hand, the negative influences are so much there. Be it on the Facebook or WhatsApp or YouTube or whatever you see, the negative influences which we catch up to very much easily are out there for the taking. And anybody and everybody can simply get attracted, and we are culturally up. Our cultural upbringing is such. We are brought up like that.
जैसे कि कोई भी काली लड़की से शादी नहीं करना चाहता है हमारे देश में, है ना?
Well, that's because of the fact that certain people, the zamindars or those people who were not really going out too much in the sun, were rather fair looking. So they had started that kind of a thing. But then that is what this gamut of
this delusion of life is.
This is a simple story about all human beings. See, we don't go in for the inner beauty.
Right, very right. So how do you think, we can eliminate, like as of now, like what should be done, is it spirituality or education or what?
Education.
Eliminate?
Education is the number one. See, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is to be aware. That is what complete awareness means, to be enlightened. And that fundamental darkness which is within us should always be there, because there's a saying in Hindi, chirag pale andhera. So as long as light is going to bear the bang opposite of that, the dark shall be there. But
something, the other day I went to Italy, and there I saw, this absolute dark Negro, like a monkey looking man, married to this beautiful, white, it was like a combination of heaven and earth and night and dark and night and light. So I was wondering, that these people have no prejudices, right?
No, Varsha, I wouldn't say that they don't have prejudices. Human beings are human beings, irrespective of where they are. If we have got caste systems here in this country, they had the white and black prejudice, the white and the yellow prejudice, and the white and the brown prejudice. So you cannot say the human nature is the same every which where. Somehow the East is following the West and the West is following the East. And that is a tradition that is going to go on and on and
But
on.
what about the heart? Is there, like, a bit in a relationship, people don't care about the heart, the emotional connectivity, or, you just, break it up, the moment you find something more attractive and appeasing.
That's because of the age that we are living in. You see, today everybody wants what I have been personally calling a 2-minute solution. No puns intended towards the band Maggie. But the fact of the matter is that everybody wants a 2-minute solution.
They don't want to transform themselves, endure, and kind of persist.
Perseverance, endurance, these are all alien words which come only with practice. So, in other words, now we will have to each one teach one. For example, take up that kind of an initiative.
Right.
Without education, nothing can really happen. We can only talk and talk and talk. But let's really put it into action. Let's teach people. Let's make them aware.
Internal beauty and the physicality.
You see, how will the priorities or preferences change? Today, we actually, from the film industry's point of view, if you see, it is said that every Friday a new hero or a new heroine is born.
Right.
Because every Friday there's a new release. Right. Not everybody likes Amitabh Bachchan. Not everybody appreciates Aishwarya Rai, though she was Miss World. That's human nature. So each one, to quote my mentor, like plums and peaches, they're all different. So all are unique. So the only thing is that people are walking in a sheep walk. We don't do what we want to do. We see what's happening around
You know,
us.
I remember an interesting episode, you know, in one of my school friend, when she was born, she was so dark, you know, and everybody used to say, you know, that, oh, what an ugly duckling. But her father kept telling her, you know, that Miss India has born into my house. Miss India has born into my house. And though people around her would say, oh, she's so dark, ugly, her grandmother, you know, taunted her, कि क्या हमारे घर में जमादारनी पैदा हो गई है. But you know, her father kept encouraging her, you know, and when she was in her late teens, she actually became Miss India. You know, so that is what is the role that, you know, a positive encouragement can do.
Absolutely. Fostering the youth. So we need to concentrate on the youth, but also I would suggest that we must educate the elders, because it's very important for the elder generation to understand that the younger generation is literally aping them. So, but the future of the world rests literally on the shoulders of the youth. So if there is a change that is to be brought, it has to be through education. Education is very, very important.
You mean to say that in school or classes, or you know, there should be no battle of the sexes. I mean, the children should not. They should be like completely like, you know, kind of put in a co-ed, or in a, you know, like only girls school, convent,
No,
and so that there are no.
The co-educational system is perfectly all right, because I personally feel that the more you try to go women or girls only and boys only, the more there is that tension, that attraction. The co-educated children, they are far more relaxed. And I can say this from personal experience, because I was in an all-boys school.
And you have any particular experience that you can share? Any school, like in school, that you were attracted to somebody, and you know?
I was an all-boys school, so I didn't have anybody to be attracted to.
Tell one episode, no? Like maybe when you were 19 years old age, and you just, you know, crossed all barriers and you went ahead with some girl or something. Tell one experience.
No, somehow for me personally, I have always been more attracted to a girl's eyes, which are the most expressive part as far as I am concerned. The physical aspect, the well endowment or all those things don't matter to me that much as the eyes do. Because eyes, I mean, I get connected. If I am not connected,
they say that the eyes is the mirror of the soul.
Absolutely. So I personally have no such exciting episodes for you. But yes, I have seen people around me who have had fun with all sorts of girls, for example, but want to get married only to the ones, the
Savitri.
yes. Now that is a discrimination that human beings do.
You know, I have an episode, you know, I remember an episode, a friend of mine, she was in love with this guy who was in his 20s, and till late 30s they were dating each other. Eventually what happened that after age of 35, the parents got the boy married to a, you know, a very beautiful and rich girl. So this girl was so devastated that she went, you know, to the Supreme Court and started, you know, throwing all allegations that you know, he has raped me, he has you know, and so forth, you know, and eventually it became such an ugly scene, you know. So I felt very sorry for this friend of mine, you know. I wish she could have, like, you know, really transformed that that grievance and that grudge, and you know, like that internal transformation to be able to serve other women, you know, because unnecessary creating so much havoc would, like, you know, havoc was of no use. The media, the judge, the court, everybody kind of, you know, just strew her apart, like post-martined her case.
But then the age is such that that we are living in is such that if you make people understand without a concrete example, they will not understand. In today's date, what we call freaka advice is not welcome at all. People just don't understand because somebody explains it to them. But if we set an example, if we inspire them and tell them that yes, you too have the capability, that is the way. So rather than being concerned about the people outside of you, it's the inside.
Okay, just tell me, what is this benchmark, that distinguishes a beautiful woman from inside to outside?
Well, like we all have auras. There have been many occasions when you too would have come across a person, male or female, who you really got attracted to, even though you didn't come too close or know at all. On the other hand, you also got completely repelled by some person, maybe traveling or sitting somewhere, for some reason that was not very apparent to you. That is something that is happening because we are more than what we think we are.
And you have to become more and more of who you are.
So for example, if you have got, say, some kind of a beautiful dish being cooked in the kitchen. Now the kitchen is there within the four walls of itself, of the kitchen. But sitting in the drawing room, you can get the aroma.
The fragrance of inner life.
So the way that aroma travels all the way from many rooms away, and you get your appetite going up, your taste buds all watering up. Why? Because there is something there which
like
you
the
can't
I
see.
remember this episode, of the musk deer. The deer was going around, like looking around for that beautiful fragrance.
देर हो रही है.
The deer was going around, looking for the beautiful fragrance all around, and eventually he found that the musk that he was going around, was inside his own belly.
Yeah.
So that is what I feel, distinguishes the internal beauty to that of the outside beauty. So when a woman truly polishes herself, her character, and grows and really becomes, enriched from within, then she can become, then she can manifest great, a great happiness for others. So Maluch, tell me, like, what is that concluding thought for the day that you would like to impart to the beautiful women of our city, country, and nation worldwide who are sitting and watching us?
Well, to all the beautiful women out there, irrespective of your outer beauties, remember that you are beautiful on the inside. And the trick to knowing that is start loving yourself first. Only then go ahead and say I love you to anybody else, for that matter. You cannot love anybody unless and until you love yourself. Educate yourself, be yourself. Spend time on yourself, not just your makeup. Do exercise, study, be educated. And I'd advise all the parents to educate their girl child, and the boys also. Because what's the point of just educating the girl child if the boys are ultimately going to just go on a rampage? So my conclusion is beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder and also within yourself. So love yourself. Thank you.
Sara, 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 she is just like you. Sara, 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 she is just like you. No more tears, no more doubt, no more pretense. Now I will walk along the path of happiness. My heart is brimming with courage and joy, and I will grow with my might every day. Sara, 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 she is just like you. Sara, 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 she is just like you. And this is song of total victory. And I determine, no matter what, I'll surely win. No No matter what, I'll surely win. Never give up, never give in, to reaffirm my youthful vow. Everywhere I seek Sara, 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 Sara. She is just like you. Sara, 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 Sara. She is just like you. Sara, she's just like you.